1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3. I already lost.
Oh, goodness gracious, we're on.
Oh,
hey, everybody, welcome. We have a huge show. Thanks for joining us. We know that you have choices in your viewing.
They do.
Monday night, 9 o'clock.
No, you don't.
People said you're nuts.
Yeah.
NFL.
No way.
World Series? Who cares? The people that
Headline
want to
news.
hear about LifeVac are here where they're supposed to be. You're there. We're here. Welcome to the man in the arena.
Headline news.
Headline.
It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who actually strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends his time in a worthy cause, and who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold, timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat.
Is that it?
That's it. I think that's the end of it. Yeah.
That's
How
awesome.
great.
I love that.
How great. We're really becoming a thing.
Well, it's really amazing when you look back all the stuff we've done. I was getting ready for the speech at 3,000, and I was going back in our first save in 2016. It was in the garage in 2013. So I was starting to look at the progression, and
Right.
it makes you think like that. And then we got headline news.
Just heads tonight and a little floating LifeVac logo.
I'm going to go
We want the viewers to be able to appreciate the brand new Hall of Saves.
Does my head completely disappear? Does it look like that?
So you give it, yeah. Now you're gone. Now you're back.
Oh, how cool is that?
Now you're back. I'm gonna keep it on for a while. Let's see how it works.
Well, you got the nice look. It looks like you got a Hall Safe shirt.
Yes, yes.
I just look like a head
with the big logo. So I promised the big show. We deliver a big show.
Yeah, man.
It's First Responder Day, so we want to make sure that we give a shout out to all first responders. It's national, so we love you. A big clap, yeah.
Well, yeah, how cool is it that we're honoring and showing appreciation for it? I think we have 5 now.
And by party, you mean the big
3,000 lives.
3,000 lives saved party next week, and that's only due to the fact that we count the saves. We count the saves from 0 to now. Last week, after our show last week, we were debating when it was going to happen. There was a pool that I lost horribly in, by the way. I probably had the furthest away guess because I just kind of...
Stevie just missed.
Who won?
Jenna, Donna's daughter.
Jenna, Donna's daughter. Congratulations. Any prizes that we...
$3,000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have probably taken a little bit more
Yeah,
time.
no kidding. Me too.
But big show. You know what? Let's start with the news, and that is 3,000. We have just a couple of videos. I want to show you the 3,000 lives saved, the news report, and also a picture of Arthur celebrating in the Hall of Saves, and that would be a great time, Bob. Look at that.
Yeah.
3,000 lives saved.
I know. It's really mind-boggling.
In the newly remodeled Hall of Saves. Now let's take a look at the news report that accompanied this incredible milestone.
It's every parent's worst nightmare, a child choking in the car. But what do? I'm Cape Coral community correspondent Bella Line. I met up with the Preby family who says that over the weekend they were driving down El Dorado Boulevard when their 3-year-old started choking in the back seat. So they pulled over into this median, but they weren't alone. The Preby family was headed home from a birthday party over the weekend.
Maya was snacking on some food, as she normally does. Keep kids peaceful in the car.
When the unthinkable happened, their 3-year-old Maya...
The scariest words, she's not breathing, which for any parent is a nightmare.
After trying multiple life-saving measures, they pulled into this median.
As I was pulling her out, I tipped her over, tried the back, hitting her on the back, which usually works for her. but it did not this time.
As Kristen Preby, Maya's mom, laid her down on the ground, that's when Ray Preby says he noticed cars pulling over.
Seconds seemed like minutes, seemed like hours.
But thanks to the help of some good Samaritans, Maya is just fine.
Couldn't believe it, because in today's world, people don't help.
Ray and Kristen Preby say their LifeVac saved Maya's life, along with the help of 3 drivers who stopped offering their LifeVacs and redirecting traffic around the crisis.
Thank God we did have this life-saving device, and it worked the first time around. One plunge, it came right out, and it was literally the best cry I've ever heard.
What's this letter? It's not something typical. My sister and her husband are both firefighters and paramedics, so she had told us about it because they said that they use them on the rigs, I guess.
And now they have one in every car. But the Preby family is hoping to find those good Samaritans that helped save Maya that day. If that's you, please reach out to Fox 4. Reporting in Cape Coral, I'm Bella Line.
Wow, Cape Coral, Florida.
How amazing is it that the 3,000 United States, a beautiful child, good Samaritans are pulling over with their life.
Their own LifeVacs.
How far we've come. And
Unbelievable.
then a family that is so enthusiastic, right? They're so grateful. I mean, what a beautiful moment. They save their kids. Other people pull over to try and help save the kid. And it's another adorable kid. And that's our 3,000 saved.
Amazing. And after the fact, they're looking to reach out to the
Yeah.
folks that once they knew Maya was okay,
They're
they
good.
went about their day.
Yeah.
They didn't need recognition. They didn't looking for a reward.
We have
They
so
just-
much cruddy news, and here it is, child in danger, and they say, man, other people try.
Right.
And, we have a whole wall of good Samaritans,
Mhm.
Including our first responders.
Right.
But I don't know, just a pretty big gobwink that the 3,000th is such a perfect show of what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right? They saved their daughter because we all persevered, all the life backers, and other people were there to help. So maybe the message of do what's right, don't listen to the naysayers. Someone's in trouble, help them.
Right.
Duh.
It's an easy one. It's the first
Yeah,
step.
it should be.
Keep
You
it track.
said it, right? Yeah, sue me. I'm saving them.
Yeah. And we have big updates tonight. Talk about the Red Cross.
Oh,
45
this is
years.
amazing.
45 years.
Amazing.
But before we get to that, I
Can't
want
say
to.
this.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it with John Karachi, who's here from.
I want to talk.
Yeah, Will, you can talk about it now, later, and in the middle, and after the show, and even next week. We have the time because it's been 45 years.
Yeah, like 47, I believe.
47 years since.
Well,
they've
we
had
were
a
talking
major
about
update.
trying to remember, like when Heimlich went on Carson. That's when it really started, and then Seeger Coop came in and made it protocol.
But how long did it take from that appearance and
think it
awareness
was,
to become part of the protocol?
I think it was like 5 years. I'm trying to remember. 70s. It was early 80s when he made them put it.
Right.
But they used to meet every year on the Airway Resuscitation Council, and they kind of said we talk about the same thing. So now they meet every 5 years, and it's just amazing. But when are we talking about this?
We're talking about it now. We're going to talk
I
about it
know
later.
that, but are we allowed to talk about the whole thing now? Or we
Oh,
have a
let's
guess?
get to Michael
We'll
Peterson,
tease him.
Sheriff.
We'll tease
Yes. More about this later. That's Arthur teasing you.
That's
Iowa
right.
County,
Just very
Wisconsin
gummy.
Sheriff
Oh,
Michael
that's
Peterson
me.
is joining us. There he is. And you're on mute, sir.
There we go.
There we
Hey.
are.
You wanna
Welcome.
Come up for this. Come on.
Thank you. Congratulations on 3,000.
Isn't that great?
Great news.
Isn't that great? I want to point out to the folks that are watching right away your social media page and what you guys are doing. First and foremost, I went on and looked today, and I saw the shout out to all first responders, right? Because today, National First Responders Day. Thanks for the assist. And Bob, if we could, first of all, Michael, welcome.
Yeah,
you.
and thank you. And I love his page too. It's like every day something good, So way to go.
Yeah.
Well, I had the pleasure of working with him last month to deploy the LifeVacs in Iowa County Sheriff's Office.
Really?
Yes.
Well done.
Do
So
you know
it's my
each
first time
other?
getting a chance to see him because
Did
we
you
only
talk?
communicated Yeah, we talked.
How was
We emailed. Yeah.
Sheriff? How was Heidi during the negotiations for the LifeVacs?
Well, it was easy.
Is it as easy as the place push pull?
Probably easier.
Yeah, way to go, Heidi.
Fantastic. And Bob, if you could show some of the pictures, because I want to, Iowa County Sheriff's Office, 17,000 followers. Wow.
I love it.
And look at this. This was the first thing that I saw. On this day, we express
Wow,
deep
that's
gratitude and honor to our local heroes. Boy, you could probably read it, but I'm going to do it anyway in uniform. Thank you to all the 911 dispatchers, police officers, EMTs, paramedics, and firefighters who answered the call. And selfless. Now the camera's in the way.
Well, we're big shots. We have
Yeah.
cameras everywhere. Did someone read it for us? That was amazing.
Oh, thanks. Look at this. We have production assistants tonight. Thanks, Gabby.
Selflessly serve their community.
And what's
I love
up
it.
next, Bobby? I just want to run through these. Yep, there's another banner for National First Responders Day. And then look at this. It was one of the other things I noticed. Great partnership that will bring awareness and save lives. Not just LifeVac, and you do that. And we'll get to that. But talk about Farm Neighbors Care.
So obviously in the farming community, there's a lot of concerns about rural farmers not wanting or not getting resources they need for mental health. And ultimately, there has been some that have taken their lives in the state. So the Badger Sheriffs, along with the Farmers State Group, the Farmers Bureau, have got together to create a logo with a QR code that will hook farmers up with resources in the state and their community.
Yeah, it's a nationwide.
That's freaking awesome.
It is really awesome. So again, we signify that Sheriff Preston is a man in the arena, right? It's not always
Yeah.
just about.
Pearson, yeah.
Well,
LifeVac.
that's why it's important to have our show because who knew, and that is something that needs to be addressed, and that's you
And
can
it's-
see it,
and it's nationwide.
tough
We have
life.
the gentleman from Florida, from Destin, Florida, Shane Forsmans, and his friends that
Yeah.
are doing similar work. And here's the picture of the deployment, Sheriff.
Hey,
Talk about those folks we're seeing. Those courtesy of LifeVac and Heidi Felix.
So the guy on the furthest right is Nate Flynn. Nate Flynn was a member of the Fenimore Rescue Squad, EMS, before he come to the Iowa County Sheriff's Office as one of our dispatchers. Nate was very forthcoming within the state to be able to get LifeVac on our ambulance rigs in the state of Wisconsin. Huge proponent of it. He approached me over a year ago, I'll say, saying, hey, we need to get this, we need to get this. As with everybody's budget, things get a little tight, and we're applying for grants, and we're looking for grants for it. And then most recently, right before we made the purchase, we had a guy doing a sermon at a wedding north of Dodgeville, the officiant, and he collapsed, and our deputies were on scene within minutes, along with two doctors that were on scene already at the wedding, doing CPR. We were able to deliver a couple shocks with our AED, revive him. He was talking before the ambulance even got there, and he was taken to Madison to a hospital where he's fully recovered today. And after that,
That's awesome.
I knew the officiant pretty well, and I'm like, you know what? We have AEDs in our squad cars. We have our squad cars. We give all of our deputies and all of our officers the tools to save lives. We got to get this in our squad cars. So we purchased them. I think it was that Monday or Tuesday.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Love it.
Oh, that human tragedy that they lost their little boy.
Cameron.
Cayman was the kid. Who was the officer that brought it to your attention from Fenimore?
Nate, right?
Nate Flynn, yep.
Yeah. So he had a close connection and understanding of what the Brugmans went through. And, I was just in Pittsburgh with 3 families that were there that have lost their children. The Maddoxes for Isaiah. God, my brain. Colton's crew for Colton and Owie from with Robert.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I was saying before the show, it's a tragedy way to drive you, but it certainly drives you. And I was happy that we had 3,000 lives saved, but I quickly brought me back to reality of we still got a ways to go. And I appreciate, you coming on and persevering, because that's hope. That's how we change things. We can't go backwards, So
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days. It's, wouldn't it be nice? You see the LifeVacs, or not, sorry, AEDs and walls everywhere you go. Wouldn't it be nice if we would automatically think like, oh, there's an AED, there's a LifeVac there,
Yeah.
when you're out in public and have to assist a choking victim.
Mhm.
that's the goal. I got to
That's
tell
the
you,
goal,
more
everywhere.
and more I get a picture like that from someone that's around the country, Costco or Eggs Up
IKEA.
Grill,
IKEA, right? They have
And
it.
that vision you had is exactly where we got to go. And with the Red Cross now on board, we're going to get there.
Yeah. Had you been aware of the Red Cross update?
I have not.
Yeah. Oof.
That's the big news.
yeah,
I got to put my
incredible-
green shirt on for headline news.
Incredible game-changing update. First in 47 years.
Yep.
So it's actually mentioned in the protocol. Feasible is the big word, right?
Yes, I can't. I don't know when I'm allowed to talk about this.
You can talk about it now.
When
No,
We're
I
gonna
want to
have
Sheriff
Sheriff
talk about it.
Sheriff Peterson wants to know about it. We're going to talk about it. But we appreciate you so much joining us tonight. It's a time difference, which would sideline me. But we appreciate you, Sheriff Michael Peterson. Look at that. It's a nice vehicle. That's your vehicle.
No, this is one of our deputies' vehicles. Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
All
Well,
right.
we'll be connecting and staying in touch. So you be in touch, all that good stuff. We're glad that you're part of the LifeVac family.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything. Thank you. I'm a good guy. He got reached out, right? After
Yeah.
you dealt with him. You saw him.
Such a nice guy.
There's
How
a
can he
humble,
help?
one of them humble
Yeah.
guys. Think
Yeah.
about how ignorant we could be. They're addressing the depression and challenges of farmers. Like, we're not
Yeah.
talking about that here,
Hmm.
right? So maybe our show and someone else's show can address some things that we don't see.
Are you talking about Let's Talk About It?
Let's talk about
Julia
this
Benelli
stuff.
and Gabby
Yeah,
Thatcher?
they should have a show that talks about stuff.
Well, we
They
actually
do.
keep
it Really?
Show.
real.
Yeah, you're,
Oh, we
you're
gotta
the
watch
executive producer.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be off the air, so we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I was actually in this studio with one of the guys that we sponsor, Keeping It Real with Stephen Michael.
Steve
Right.
Michael,
And
another
he talks all
LifeVac
about
show.
mental
Yes,
health. And
yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
especially in the NYPD community, they just lost another person to suicide.
That's why we
And,
got to keep talking about
yeah.
issues.
And I just did the Out of the Darkness walk
Let's talk
yesterday.
about
There's
how
thousands of
great
people. That,
this is.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Well, let's bring.
I think we should bring up
yeah,
John.
we should bring on John
and
Karachi.
I'm going to step on down while you guys got this,
All
right?
right.
Sure.
Yeah, John. Come on up. I wanna
CPRLongIsland.org.
introduce my friend John.
I'm gonna put a plug out for this website as I did Sheriff Michael
Thank
Peterson.
You got it, darling.
CPRLI.org.
Thank you. How you come out?
Bohemia,
I'm
New
gonna
York.
let you come in and talk too, but I want.
Yeah.
I have to do this. I'm gonna
Yes.
freaking
You have to.
explode.
It's all good.
We don't want Arthur's head exploding.
Right. I'll go green again on you all.
Red Cross.
So here's the thing, and you get it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for
My
what
pleasure.
you do, and
My
thank you for your
pleasure.
service.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give him a proper introduction.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I have to do this. So, proceedings, the Journal of the American Red Cross Scientific Advisory Council. Now, that's about as prestigious as gets in emergency medicine, right? This is a group of people they're doctors and EMS and EMT. They get together and they review.
Bobby, we have a
All
file,
sides.
by the way.
All
It
sides.
was a little bit later, but if you could bring up the screenshots of the update. Red
So-
Cross. Nope,
So,
different folder. You go.
So they reviewed anti-choking devices. A review of Brian Miller, MS, MSED, MED, CHES, SAC, Education Subcouncil, and these.
There we
pretty
go.
amazing.
All right,
All right.
next.
So the question: anti-choking devices effective? How do they compare with traditional first aid maneuvers for choking? The findings, and they go through the findings. And they look at all the peer-reviewed and the databases, and all the medical evidence.
Look at this.
And they come. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Recommendations, guidelines. Back blows and abdominal thrust should be used as standard treatment for airway obstruction in the conscious person. Weak recommendation, expert opinion. And then if standard treatment is not working or not feasible,
That's the big one.
anti-choking devices may be used for attempted removal of the airway obstruction.
And look at this. Council action. This is huge.
Osme approved. But I like it in there. You
Unanimously.
could tell they were going at it because at one point it says rigorous discussion, right? So, but here's the thing.
Here it is.
This is what really, like, obviously 11 years ago, this was a dream. But I think the word, the fact that they wrote feasible. Not feasible.
Not
Because
feasible.
there is no real standard protocol for a person that cannot be Heimlich, right? They're obese, they're in a wheelchair, they have broken ribs, they have open heart surgery, they're bedridden, they have MS, they have weak bones. Those are all kind of the misfit toys of rescue.
Correct.
And there is no protocol because it would be the size of a phone book, right?
Absolutely.
You can't chest compress someone with brittle bones or open heart surgery. You can't get your arms around someone in a wheelchair, maybe, and it's too big, and you say lay them down, but certain conditions you can't. So the first time in history, not just the 47 years,
right,
that little sentence, not feasible, provided everyone with a chance.
Support the ADA,
and
right?
That has driven me crazy since like a year in, and I heard the story of a guy at McDonald's, cerebral palsy. He choked to death. People walked around him. They didn't know what to do. Choking post is great. Got to be standing up. And people literally walked around him. And I nightmares of that man kind of sitting there going, someone help me.
Died alone.
So that's a big.
John Karachi enlisted in the Air Force at age 17. And
Did
after
you
4
really?
years
Where'd
in
you
the
go?
Air Force,
All
he joined the
Really?
NYPD,
Yep.
where he became a detective. Retired after 20 years of the NYPD.
Absolutely.
And within those 20 years, he has saved 4 people using CPR.
Correct.
And after he retired, he started the CPR Long Island, hoping to help others save their life.
This is huge. This is huge.
Game changer, right?
People are finally getting on board with your devices.
Right.
I've been teaching them 3 years now. 3 years I've been teaching
A
them.
little closer.
I've been teaching the device.
There he is.
Was it supposed to be? No. Should it be? It's a great thing. It's all about saving the lives.
Right.
All right?
Trying to make you.
Sorry.
It's our little.
I love
sorry.
disappearing Gumby.
That's great.
Makes me laugh.
It's all about saving the lives.
Well,
It's
once you
phenomenal
get it.
that they got on board. What's going to happen now, because the Red Cross got on board, American Heart's going to get on board.
Yeah.
They don't do anything without the
Yeah,
other.
Really?
Politics,
Red Cross, shout out to the Red Cross for leading the way.
Absolutely.
It took a while, but hey,
Great device.
right?
And there's enough Red Cross instructors out there and American Heart instructors out there that will start putting this out there.
We hear from trainers all around, most that work with Heidi, but I go to trade shows and I hear they say, listen, this is what I do. Those that
Do
are
you teach
ethical
American
say I
Heart
take a
or Red
rest
Cross?
at the end,
Okay.
and now I want
What
to tell
is-
you about
what-
LifeVac.
Is there any
Protocol, no.
right?
No, it's right to CPR. Somebody's choking, you can't get it out with the Heimlich, abdominal thrust or back blows down. It's right to CPR.
Like if you were going to
Compression.
write it, wouldn't this be the way you
That's
do it?
exactly how you write it.
They didn't consult
When
with you,
feasible.
did they?
No, I'll tell you, I wish they did. No,
They should.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Way above my pay grade. I just teach it.
Right.
I love teaching. I love getting it out there.
Did
And
you
you
ever,
were-
when you were on the job, did you ever have choking?
Oh, many times.
Did you all save them or no?
No.
Right.
One of the worst times in my life was when a kid died in my arms from choking.
Sorry.
I know, horrible. One of the worst jobs I ever responded to as a rookie cop. Nothing you could do. Wasn't around then.
We had a
Wait so
guy.
long
We had
for.
a guy in Connecticut, and he lost a child, a police officer, and he couldn't go back.
Yeah.
He packed it up,
Yeah.
and I don't blame him. And I'm sorry, yeah, they have that, but I think sad as it is, it's important because it doesn't always work,
Right?
right?
Yep.
Literally, no, it doesn't always work.
Absolutely. Like I was telling you outside earlier. It doesn't matter.
No.
Save the life.
Right.
You break a protocol, you break a rule.
Yeah.
You know what? Comment. What
They'll
is
catch
that
up.
saying?
Sue me.
I'd rather beg for forgiveness and ask for permission.
yeah.
That's how it is, especially when it comes
I don't
to
think you
these-
got to tell me that.
Oh, I know.
Pretty
I
well-
know.
Pretty well.
Or
entrenched
me, and the
with
people
that.
that know me know that that's the deal.
Yeah, Did you have instances where you did save someone with the Heimlich?
Yeah, it does work and it is effective in the right situation.
Did you have it shoot out?
Yeah.
And you had it
With
sometimes
pressure.
where it would just get out and then scoop it?
No, a lot of the times when you do the Heimlich, the abdominal thrust and the back blows, you're using the trapped air in your body to actually shoot out. So if it's really lodged in there, it's coming right out.
Yeah.
It's coming out. And you'll know it
From what I've read and studied, and that's why I love to hear from guys that have actually done it and been in the field. Basically, it's either flies out or it doesn't come out at all.
No.
Because in the 2 studies that I used, Langhill and Goulda, they did 12 compressions on the body. 2 of them was 0, right? So it wouldn't move. You're done.
Right.
And the rest of them generated force. So I don't think it says stuck. It's just that if you squish someone and it's 0, it ain't going to move.
It's basically the air's trapped in your lungs. So if you have very little air in your lungs right now, you're not getting that pressure to push it out.
Yeah.
This is using the negative pressure to suck it out.
Well, it's a great equalizer because everyone's going to get 300 millimeters of mercury, right? And I love the fact that it's not feasible. That to me means the world to me.
It means do what you can to save this life.
And it means if someone is not able to be Heimlich or back blows or chest compressions, that they still have a chance, right?
Absolutely.
If everyone was equipped, all our first responders followed the Red Cross guidelines, they would all have a LifeVac, and we would not have a death where it couldn't be done.
True. There's always exceptions to every rule.
Oh, yeah.
Health issues, always an exception. Will it give a high probability of saves? Absolutely.
3,000.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
3,000. How do you come up
last
with
Friday.
a second?
Look at this.
When you talk about how you met more
Read
guys.
why our clients love us. This is your website. I was struck by it. We strive to help others survive. There's the American Red Cross, first and foremost.
And the American Heart. We do teach both.
American Heart. No question. You have a section of the website dedicated for choking, and also you do the training. But listen to this. I have been taking CPR for about 25 years, and I think I have taken it at least 8 times. This was by far the best, most informative, clearly communicated class I have ever taken. By the way, my other coaches agree. That's a.
I didn't write this one.
Of course you did.
I didn't write this. The other one's baby.
You didn't write this, Courtney, school teacher.
I gotta tell you, I actually I was at a training and it was in Deer Park, and I said, my friend John, they go, John's the best. He trains us. And this is a woman who is a coach in the Deer Park School District.
Amanda.
Right. And she couldn't say enough good things about John and his training and how entertaining he is. And I'm sure Samantha definitely, his daughter, has a lot to do with that too.
Come on up here.
Right? Yeah, come on up, girl.
Samantha making her Man in the Arena debut.
My protege now. She is certified in human, but she actually teaches the pet CPR classes.
Pet CPR.
Pet CPR. It is a real thing.
I love it.
It is.
Well, we don't like to tell everybody this, but we've saved a couple cats and dogs.
3 cats.
Incredible.
Yeah.
3 cats and 2 dogs.
There you go.
Come
Get
in.
in between.
So
There you go.
come on in. So I know
Samantha,
how much
everybody.
I love my puppies. I have 2 grand puppies and a cat, and I would do whatever I could to save them.
100%.
So you're gonna have to teach me.
Oh,
Right?
Anytime. Come
I
on.
know, right?
You know where the office
I
is.
love that, yes.
These would actually fit on certain dogs.
Yeah.
How many?
Well, probably not Kiki because she's got the lungs.
2 dogs and 3 cats have been saved with a LifeVac. It's probably not in the package insert, but
Is that
Yeah,
in the
it's
Red Cross?
happened.
Is
It
that
wasn't. Yeah, it
the
wasn't.
cats and dogs?
tested
Oh
on-
no.
cats and dogs living together.
Should we not
Mass
talk
hysteria.
about
They're
that? Yeah.
Yes,
Should
they're
we keep that
eating the
secret?
cat. No,
I know,
No.
right?
not much going on. They're eating.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
We fact checked. There's been no cats or dogs eaten.
But I'll remember the
I
first
saw a
time that
video,
I
though.
got a chance to talk to you, and you were telling me the story about how you'd save lives on the job. And I think I shared with you my story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my dad died inside an assisted living facility. Not one person knew CPR. There was no AED on the premises, and that was 10 years ago on Friday. And it doesn't ever get any easier. Like when I tell this story, and I told you that, and you're like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, this is why I do what I do for a living.
Yep.
And I thought about how important that is. I mean, I was trained in the American Red Cross as well. I went through an 8-hour class. I felt like I knew everything when I walked out of there. And it's like you immediately, almost afterwards, like, would I be able to do this when it happens? Right. That's why I think your passion and your purpose and the way that you teach, it makes such an impact on the people in your classes that they
Absolutely.
can't stop talking about how
Relating
great you are.
to a lot of people need it for their jobs.
Mhm.
A lot of people need it for their personal lives, but they don't know. We did a class today. Guy went to cardiac arrest last week.
MacArthur Airport.
MacArthur Airport. Nobody in the facility knew anything. They had to outsource. Not only that, when Sheriff Peterson was talking about the AEDs, they're everywhere. Nobody thinks to look for them. When you're in school, look for an AED. God forbid you need it. Those are huge, just like this is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we did Comac High School.
Right, we did Comac. So we did the entire, all of them, not just Comac, the entire school
Yeah.
district. John and I spent about an hour there training over 150 people.
This
and
was the second go round because they already had them, right?
Well, they had them,
Yes.
but at the same time, we wanted to make sure that they felt very comfortable with them.
Right.
So we had all of them in a room together with a bunch of CPR mannequins and showed them exactly when to introduce the LifeVac into the equation, right?
Exactly.
And, you know, John was there to answer the tough questions. It was great. And, you know, at the end of the day, what we all cared about was that we made them feel comfortable and that they knew
Go
what to
train
do.
Dad. I want to watch.
Look, it's all ready to go.
Oh yeah, and
Chicken
it's the
Charlie.
training mannequin.
I know.
Well,
You know, we have a
love
LifeVac
We need to
T-shirt.
give you a
for-
t-shirt. I
yeah.
know,
Do you?
right?
Yeah,
You need a
next
baby
time.
t-shirt.
Well, we've been doing
Nice,
recently.
because that would be a little weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we've been doing recently is we've been doing a lot of street fairs,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Street fairs, animal fairs. And we get out. Showed you my
Yeah,
tent.
you did.
It was so great. So
Yeah.
he actually has this incredible big backdrop. It says "Save a Life," and so I thought it was you. Maybe it was Laura. Somebody sends me a picture. Do you know this guy? I'm like, that's John. Is Samantha.
that was
Of course
me.
I know them. It was you.
You,
I was
you
like,
didn't
who
come
was
up
that
to me.
kid?
No, but I
Her.
saw you think
Right.
like this is
Yeah,
great. I hope
like
it's
he's
one of us.
amazing.
So
Of course he's
what,
one of us.
so what we
He's not
do-
like Joey Knockoff.
No, this is
He
a real
is,
deal.
The
he
best
is
thing.
so
Give me the
anti-knockoff.
Give me the
He
knockoff.
wants to-
Literally.
He's on a campaign.
Oh my God.
This is my campaign.
Tell
I
the
see
story.
people all the time, and
Not the
her
real
and I
thing.
bust people's chops. It's street fair.
Yeah, chop.
And we mug them.
Oh,
yeah,
You have one. You have
Arthur,
one.
over here.
And these people are
Hit
pushing
him on
the
this side.
carriage. They're pushing the carriage. And hey, do you have one? Oh yeah, I have one. Let's see it. Oh, I don't have it with me. What good is it? As your kid is eating,
Popcorn and
no, not
whatever.
popcorn. One of these fruit sticks with
The Tanghulu or whatever.
The
all
sticky
melted
stuff?
sugar.
Right.
where's your life back? Oh, I have it. So I pull them over to show me how to use it. I don't even know how to use it.
Mm.
So what I started recently is I'm taking the counterfeit ones or the LifeVac ones. Bring it to me.
You're testing.
I'll give you a LifeVac.
Wow.
I'll give you a
This is
life.
what I'm telling you. These are
You know,
really
they-
cool.
one of those things.
Right?
This is the second one I have.
How can we not
Yeah, that's
promote
all.
your
And it
website?
doesn't work.
I know. Well, and that's the scary thing is
Well, show us
people.
how you train someone on like that.
Yeah.
You started.
He's the best. We got it. We got to put the little mask
Yeah.
on. We got the
Slightly miffed guys here, everybody. If you
man in the
keep your
arena.
score.
Somebody goes down, you can't get the object out from the Heimlich maneuver. You got a choice. If you do not get it out of their throat, they're going to die. They're going into cardiac arrest. Right on top, the biggest thing, and this is the biggest thing. Can you know the mask out there? The biggest thing with these, and this is what really needs to get out there, is if you do not get a good seal, if you don't get a good seal,
Somebody's dying
it's,
here.
I
it's
know.
not going to work. The
The
seal wrap
Seal
around.
key.
And what I'm finding is a lot of people are pushing down really hard.
Yeah,
Push
no,
with the feet.
well,
Don't.
Easy on the push.
Don't push down easy. Pull up hard.
Yeah.
Every time.
And I always say when that happens to me, I say no style points in saving a life.
That's it.
Yeah.
If it
Well,
comes
that's what
apart,
she says.
I will.
I mean, it might
That's-
not look pretty,
that's
but
exactly what
as
she
soon as
says.
it comes out, you're doing it right.
Oh, doesn't matter what it looks like.
When I used to do the invention convention with the little kids, they would do this. They'd go like this.
I know.
It
And
came
it
out.
works.
Yeah.
But you're right. The key
Ta-da.
is that sealed
Yeah.
C-clamp.
C-clamp. C and E.
If you can get,
Yep.
yeah, C and E. If you can keep these fingers on the face, that's how you know you're keeping
Yeah.
a good seal.
Mhm.
But you know what the other thing, and I know you guys train, and I, God, appreciate it. Just keep, whatever.
Or push it down through their face.
Oh my God, there's
Some
people that
people
are
do
like,
it.
"Chick, come
Right.
on." I'm like,
Why are you coming out?
and I'm like, you're not even quite getting the concept
Yeah.
at all.
Maybe we
That's
should
okay.
on our literature put push in lowercase and pull in
Yeah.
bold
That's not a
uppercase.
bad
Yeah.
idea.
We do push down slowly.
Every
and then
once
pull
in
it
a while,
fast.
I get a
Slow
good idea.
motion.
That's not a bad idea.
Love it.
But anyway, my point and why I built it freak out, whatever. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, just keep going. Oh God.
You didn't hurt anybody.
Eventually, it's coming.
Exactly.
They're going, and this is what I tell people:
Come back in.
they're going to die anyway.
Yeah,
You did
gotta
not
get out.
kill them, right? And I know it's morbid, but it's the truth.
It's gotta get out.
It's got to get out.
Yep.
Any way you get it out, it does not have to be pretty.
And it
Right.
doesn't care what's
What
down
you
there.
say?
It's not a yellow furry ball.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's candy. It's
It might not
popcorn.
always look pretty, but
Legos,
as long as the object
coins.
comes out, you're doing it right.
Exactly.
There you go.
There it is.
Yep, there we
Bam.
go.
There it is.
Way to go, John.
LifeVac.
And now you have been trained.
John Karachi.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Guys,
very much.
great job.
Mr. Cavano.
Congratulations on 3,000.
3,000.
All right.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Guys,
Amazing.
CPRLI.org. CPRLI.org. If you need training and you want to be entertained and you want to be prepared in an emergency, for
Keep
God's sake,
confiscating.
CPRLI.org. Look for John Karachi. He's in Bohemia. You go everywhere.
Anywhere.
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 The
He's
confines of the
incredible.
tri-state area or
Anywhere.
anywhere.
I'll go anywhere.
Where's
No,
the
we should
furthest?
we should
I'm
our
going
whole
to
staff
Pennsylvania
on
where my
and
mother
have
is.
them come
He's
into
going to
all
Pennsylvania, ladies and
I-
gentlemen.
I'm bringing,
I
I'm bringing
agree
these in the nursing
100%.
home.
I feel like
Okay.
everyone should get.
I haven't done it
Bless
in
you.
20 years.
Bless you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Yeah,
So
thank you. That was.
Was there
awesome.
anything else that you'd wanted to share?
No.
I
didn't
kind of
mean
want to
that-
hear about going to the Air Force at 17.
My mother gave me a choice: college, or the military. Wasn't smart enough for college. Go on. Boom.
Was it a good decision?
Phenomenal.
Was it
Yeah.
in Colorado?
How long were you in?
I was in Texas for
In Texas?
basic training. Then I moved throughout the country.
4 years?
4 years. Deployed over to Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War.
Wow.
Oh my
We were in
goodness.
Iceland. We were in Iceland when Saddam Hussein took over Saudi Arabia
Oh
or
my-
Kuwait. So here we are in Iceland in muckluck thick gear,
What's a mukluk?
the really
The
thick.
thing in Star Wars, he goes.
Exactly, the muckluck.
Right.
Really thick gear. So we were the closest ones to Saudi. So we deployed right from Iceland to Saudi Arabia.
Well,
We took
climate
all our
change.
Flight suits off.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Thank
Do you
you.
think it was good for you for your life?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All the time.
I had met the best friends.
Yeah.
I traveled. I could go from here to California and back and meet people I haven't seen in 30 years and stay with them. Hey, I'm in town. Okay, come on over. The best.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No regrets.
If you
Ah, I love
if
to
you
hear
missed John Karachi's segment, you're listening to John Karachi.
Yeah.
He's like the
He's like the man under the
CPRLongIsland.org.
seats.
Yeah. There he is. There's the website. Go to see this website, CPRLongIsland.org.
We will not be. Hey, look,
You won't be
get
disappointed.
trained, Red Cross, get trained, and now you can follow them all the way through to get trained, to know back blows, abdominal thrust, CPR, and LifeVac in the Red Cross.
Oh yeah.
Not feasible.
That's
You made it.
absolutely.
It's Pierre and Gumby.
Gosh, last Tuesday, could you describe how you felt running around HQ, as I call it, in Wisconsin, New York, when you discovered this, right? It came from
Yeah.
a state senator in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania as
My
a.
head exploded.
It's amazing.
Well, because I think, when you start out with nothing, you kind of pretending this is going to happen. Like you have to believe it, but even you don't really believe it because it's a ridiculous
Leanne?
idea, right? I'm going to take
Lisa,
a
Lenny?
simple punch of glue it together and get it in Red Cross protocol. Yeah, sure you are. Keep drinking, but you can't flinch. So I would always say, of course we'll be. Of course.
Of course we got
Yeah, someday.
And then I read it.
2024. Amazing.
But I gotta tell you, it really the hard fact is this not feasible.
Not feasible.
Because I cannot tell you how that would haunt me. And I've been in cerebral palsy facility, muscular dystrophy. We do the therapeutic riding, and I would see so many of these beautiful people know they don't have a chance.
No chance.
Scary.
And
Now
when
they
I
do.
read that part, I was super proud of the Red Cross. I'm always proud of the LifeVackers, but we did something great,
I want to.
We really did.
I want to. You absolutely did. I want to show everybody what Arthur has done. All right.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, you
That's
gotta
Just
keep
saying.
motivating yourself. Hey, look, I better do
Yeah.
something epic.
Did you say without that? No.
That's
Listen,
the driving force.
I want you to talk about where you were this weekend. Colson's crew, the chili cook-off.
I
If
wish
we
you
could show up
could've
a
been
few.
there. That's
Yeah.
Heidi. She did the.
Heidi,
2
absolutely.
years
Love
ago,
them.
we did a ride from
Ride for
Mercer.
life.
Was it Mercer to
And from Mercer to Meadville.
Mercer?
And we
where
ended
was
at
I?
the Voodoo
Meadville?
Brewery.
Well, I don't even know. I was one of them.
Yeah.
We have a
You were.
saving tonight.
What's
What?
that?
Somebody used the LifeVac tonight.
What? Get up here. You're
Oh my
right.
god!
Breaking
Oh my
news.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Guys, it's Gabby.
Breaking news.
It's-
Here, you can read it.
Donna's going to be mad.
Where?
That's all right. A friend of mine just saved herself tonight with
Just-
LifeVac.
Oh my god! That's amazing!
That's Hope. I was just up there.
Hope Jones.
Wait, are you kidding? Are you kidding?
You want to talk about heroes? Their son Brandon was in an accident, had numerous neurological, physical damage. So he's an amazing dude, man. The guy's a moose.
Oh,
But
Big fella.
they saved him twice, and they became advocates. And that's when I went up to Depot, New York. I
Mhm.
called Deposit. I don't even know what the heck the name of it is. But that's her third save.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Shock
her
result.
third
Congratulations,
save.
Hope.
But look, I handed one to the Cintas guy. How many you
Oh
got?
my
How
gosh.
many do you have?
I don't even know. I kind of lost count. I just had one at Glen Cove at my Glen
Right.
Cove
So you're
PD.
over. And I'm saying
I'm losing
everyone's
track.
in
I think I'm at like 30 something.
Wow.
it. You saved the life while we're on
I
the
know.
show.
Oh,
Yeah!
oh my god, I love it.
Wow.
That's great. And it's
Oh
Hope
my
too.
God.
So,
They are such
Do
nice.
you want to
but Colson's
even see
crew,
the
they've
pictures
saved
of the
5.
chili cook-off
Yes.
at this point?
Oh, so
So,
wait, we're at the
Courtney-
chili cook-off.
Yeah.
And this is an amazing story. So they're talking about Lowe's and their son, and you know, it's tough to get through. And Max were there, and Robert was there for OE. They've saved 5 lives.
Yeah.
And I
The
went
Nova
with
cells.
them to
Bless
the cemetery, and we talked. And I said, this little guy has saved 5 lives. But look, I
And
mean,
there's little Carson.
they all get together and they act as a community and as a family, and they raise money to try not to have what happened to them happen to others.
There you are with the Nova Cell.
How'd Heidi get in there? Where you
I
weren't
love
there.
them. See, I was there,
Hey,
right?
there you
And
go.
my
Spirit.
friends, I
Photoshop
was
you in.
there, right?
In spirit, and there's Courtney.
I literally love this family so
Yeah,
much. I remember
they're
when they
amazing.
first called me over 3 years ago, and they just said, we just don't want anything to happen to Hattie or Brody. And I just kept thinking, I can't even imagine if I would probably
Cool.
be curled up in a ball.
That's Mountain
that
Man.
is-
The guy on the left.
So this is
Mountain
the
Man.
This is the
mythical
Huckleberries, right?
Robert Mitchell
Yeah.
and Mountain Man.
Now Mountain Man has a fund too. It's called Chubby Hands, and they raise money for his grandchild who passed, and they collect funds to pay for funerals of people who lost. Those 2 best friends both lost their grandkids.
Amazing.
And the thing is that they're heroes, and we rode motorcycles together. They could be the toughest guys and the softest guys, but they're really fun. Like they were busting your chops. Yeah.
Because I didn't make it to the chili cook-off.
Do you
Yeah.
get busted? No, you don't know them too well yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
will.
They've been
Next
nice
year,
so
I'm
far.
thinking we got to combine them all.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Do
do,
another
a
ride.
maybe ride to wherever I was, and those guys ride up, and we just go nuts.
Yeah.
Wreck everything.
I know, right? Well,
A
that
jamboree.
ride was pretty nice, but it was cold and it was October, right? So
Stop. You
maybe
didn't
do it
ride.
early.
You were in the car.
I know. I was in the Jeep.
Isn't that when you drove us to the sewer plant?
I did. I know. I was trying
The
to find
sewer
this
plant.
park
Yeah.
to have them ride.
Yeah.
And
So
I looked at the
Heidi's,
map
because
and
we're
I'm
on
like,
the bikes, right? So we're gonna follow Heidi, right? We're cool motorcycle dudes. We're cruising through, all of a sudden it's starting to smell. We pull up, we're in a sewage.
Is it
we're
you?
in a
Is it you?
sewage plant, not a park.
Yeah.
Totally missed it on the map. I
That's
was
all
like,
right.
Yeah, that
You're
was fun.
entitled.
I'm
You're
like, we're
entitled.
in, I don't know where we are. We're in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
Phil.
That was
Wow.
fun,
Yeah.
though. That was fun.
But
Listen, at this point of the show, great stuff. We
Yeah.
usually kick it off by giving the contest, where we're at today.
Right.
Donnie Isley sends in the graphic.
Yep.
But before we do that, we want to wish a very happy birthday to Bobby Lacera. Bobby,
Bobby!
Bobby, get out here.
Bobby!
Bobby.
Bobby, I know that
There he is.
There
Come
he is.
on.
Happy
Come on.
birthday.
he's directing the show, but
This
he's
is
out
the
here.
man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you. due to the
Pretend to
fire
blow out
code,
the candle.
due to the fire code, we couldn't light it.
Pretend.
The way-
Pretend.
The sprinklers are
Yay!
Oh, did you make a wish?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Bobby produces the
Well
show
done,
at
Bobby.
Paradise Studio.
Yeah, Strong Island TV.
Strong
where
Island
you're watching
TV.
us, Paradise Studios.
And you can find my show
Let's
as
talk
well.
about
Free
it.
plug.
I was just on right before this.
When you bring a cake, you get to get a free plug.
Yeah.
Come on,
So
say
let's
it
talk
again.
about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Join the conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
love it.
All right.
Bobby Lucero, the man, the myth, the legend. He's out here, probably on camera for the first time, but he's the guy that runs the whole show behind the scenes. Bobby, we thank you so much and happy birthday, brother. Now, it's, what we usually close the show with, closing graphic, and then the micro
You have to
song.
guess how many lives saved.
Here it comes.
319 already. And 3,000 last Thursday.
Come on, get in here.
This is-
1891
Get in here.
kids.
Group hug. Group hug.
2,000 kids coming up.
Gosh, we're
That's
so
amazing.
glad you joined us tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. The man in the arena. We'll see you next Monday night. Now, Mike Rowe will take us out. Peace and love, everybody.
Save a life.
Disappearing Gumby's still here.
And sing along if you know the words.
It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death. So get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.